it's no longer the full moon. I think it's like 3 days past the full moon, and I was supposed to do these on the full moon, but I got sick. I know I say I never get sick, but I did. I got really sick. I still got like a... let's try these honeys. So I made these 3, and I also made a garlic honey and ginger honey. And the garlic honey got weird, and I got nervous, so I got rid of it. And the ginger honey, I have it. It tastes good, but I'm not going to try that one today. I want to try these 3 that I made. Now, one of these, I have a feeling that I messed up on, because it tastes really bad. I think it was the honey that tasted bad, because it couldn't have been the tea. Like, I've had that same tea a bunch of times, but what happened was I made the honey number 2 was motherwort, echinacea, horehound, heel all, plantain, calendula, rosemary, and thyme. And I'm pretty sure this one don't taste good at all. So we're going to do this by the numbers. So this would be honey number 1, honey number 2, and honey number 3. There's no tea in here. This is just hot water. That way I can like tell what the honey tastes like. So we'll put the honey in. Look at them and put the honey in first. So, white skull, honey number 1, the dreaming honey, mugwort, chamomile, lavender, catnip, and heel all. I think this one will taste good. Possibly that heel all might be a little, I don't know, but I think it was the echinacea. So this is honey number 1. This is the biggest honey I made because I thought that it would be the one that I liked the most. I immediately smelled lavender. It's kind of grody around the edges. It leaked like the whole time. I had to have rags under it, and I always had like a sticky spot on my table to wipe up a sticky spot every day. But the honey's just kind of leaking out. I immediately, the second I opened the jar, I immediately smelled lavender. It smells nice. I use organic honey, and this honey is solid, like solid. I have other honeys in the house that didn't get solid over the winter, but this got solid, like rock hard solid. So, look. It's getting a little softer. So, it's possible that the heel all has a sour, bitter taste, but I really think it's the echinacea that really did a number on that honey. Beautiful honey. I can't strain it because it's solid. See if I get it to... You see, the camera's not doing it. You can see purple and stuff in there. It's really pretty. Honey number 1. It smells really nice. So it's honey number 1. I don't need to put it there. I know what I'm doing. Honey number 2. See, it's like solid. This might be the nasty one. So the healing feel better honey, motherwort, echinacea, horehound, heal all, plantain, calendula, rosemary, and thyme. Something that I think that I messed up on is I think I collected echinacea and I kept the heads. Like I kept the petals, the heads, the leaves, because I haven't harvested the roots yet. And what I think I did wrong was I didn't separate the petals from the flower heads, and the flower heads taste nasty. But pretty sure this one tastes nasty. This one smells really nice, and it's making like a light, very pretty purplish color. So I'll wipe my spoon off. So yes, it doesn't smell bad. It's just, see, there's that head right there. I could feel my spoon crunch into it. Well, the first time because I got sick, and while I was sick, I was like, I made a healing honey, and I went and I had a cup of tea, and the tea was just like, oh, it was the worst thing I tasted ever. I was like, whoa, but it kind of smells like school, like pencil shavings, like when you go by the pencil sharpener, that pencil shaving smell. That's what that one smells like. Only for a second it did. There's the photo of my glass. This one already smells really good. I can smell the thyme and the rosemary, but I really think I messed it up with that echinacea. Echinacea flower head. Okay. Honey number 3, which I also think that I'm gonna like. I think the only one I'm not gonna like is number 2. Honey number 3 is Chill Out Honey. Lavender, California poppy, blue vervain, catnip, and calendula. Solid. Personally, I wouldn't take the herbs out because I like flowers and green things floating around in my tea. I like, actually, I started to learn that I don't really like to crush my herbs that I'm gonna have tea. I like to keep them like whole leaves. That way I could throw them in there, and then they're so big they don't get like stuck in your mouth. They're just like a big leaf, so you can like hold it with your lip and don't get a mouthful of stuff. This is mine. This is mint in here. Catnip. Okay. So honey number 1. You can't see. It's, this is, oh, did I put some of my pansies in here? I think I put some of my pansies in here. Something's turning it purple. I see coneflower. I think I did a little something on the side. Okay. That's a good one. That's nice. I like it. That's a good that's a keeper. So that's the dreaming honey. I will be definitely making more of that. Now I'm scared. I'm scared. Honey number 1. I like Cool Whip in my coffee and my tea. Honey number 1. 3 stars. And a happy face. Okay. Honey number 2. See, like the small plants get stuck in your mouth and your teeth, but the bigger pieces of plant don't do that. And a lot of times they go to the bottom and sit there, you know. I don't know what, this doesn't taste bad. That doesn't taste bad at all. That was really good. Not as good as honey number 1. Chewing on little pieces at a time. I like the chewing on things. I really like to chew on the chamomile flowers. And, okay, so I don't know. Give it a star and a question mark because there's a echinacea flower head in there. I'm gonna put that in some hot water and try that and see if that's like really gross and bitter. And if it is, then that's the problem. And if it isn't, then it just must have been something I did at that moment. So we'll give it a star with a question mark, meaning further research. Okay. Honey number 3, the chill honey. So, honey number 3, I know this one's gonna taste good. I knew the first 2 would taste good. So, honey number 3, lavender, California poppy, blue vervain, catnip, and calendula. Oh yeah, I can see my little pansy in there, giving everything a little nice purple. I had to take off my glasses to try honey. Cool. Now obviously I'm going to drink all 3 of those, so I should have an interesting night. I know that I was listening to a podcast about the blue vervain, and it's a nervine, I think. And that's why a lot of the plants I grow are for, anxiety, stress, panic, pain, skin issues. So, the podcast, I forget what it's called. I should do a video on some of the podcasts I listen to. But she was talking about trying blue vervain, and she was just kind of like, ooh. And she couldn't tell what it was because she had just kind of mixed a few different herbs, but familiar to her herbs. So the blue vervain was the only thing that wasn't familiar. She was just kind of like, so we'll see. But happy spring, my friends. I went into the garden, and you guys have seen my greenhouse. I took it down for the summer, and I took the poles that create the top part down, and so I went back up in there to get ready for spring and stuff, and I busted out my poles, and my brain wasn't firing right. Everything didn't add up, even though it completely added up. I wasn't missing a thing. I thought I was missing stuff. I wasn't missing a thing. I couldn't figure out how to get the poles right, because it's curves like this. So I'm sticking the long ends in the corners, and I get the greenhouse up. Something's weird. It's weird, and I can't figure it out. And the greenhouse won't come down, so I'm trying to pull it to position it, and the back two snap off, so they break. They're broken. And I'm like, fuck, dude. So I get all mad, and I grabbed 2 bamboo pieces, and I put a pot on the top of each one so they wouldn't stab a hole in it. I just jammed it up into the 2 back corners to hold it up, and then I left. And it looked crazy. It looked like... And then, as I'm leaving, I turn around, and my neighbor, who's 2 plots away from me, has the same greenhouse. And I turn around and I look at his greenhouse, and it's right there. All I had to do was turn the poles around, and I wouldn't have broke my greenhouse, and everything would have been fine. But instead, I broke my greenhouse, and I left it looking like I'm a dumbass for a couple days. And then I went back in there and switched the poles around. And so now the front has the arch, but the back still has 2 bamboo pieces because they're broken, completely snapped off. So I have to go in there and I'm gonna have to Gorilla Glue it and duct tape it and that. I'll show you guys when I get there. I was gonna do a video and show you guys, because I like to show you guys when I mess things up, just to I don't know, help you guys see that it's okay to be a goober. So, yeah, but I have a new neighbor, and so he was out there setting up his garden, and I didn't want to just be bam, bust out my thing and just start talking to myself, so I just quietly fixed my greenhouse and left. So I didn't get a video of it, but I still wanted to tell you guys. But anyways, so the teas are good. I mean, the honeys are good. So I definitely I'm very happy with my honeys. Good addition to any tea. I'm fond of my kava at night. I'm not drinking any kava right now. Right now I'm drinking some lavender and chamomile. But this will be a good addition to anything, I would say. 3 stars and a happy face for honey number 3. So I have a ginger tea. I'll show you. I'll take the whole table down with me. Let's see. I keep saying tea when I'm trying to say honey. Oh, so I don't know if I was wrong or what, but the garlic one spooked me. It started like, it like separated, like the bottom was like this, like a solid, and then like the top got liquidy, like this one, and it started to like bubble, but nothing was happening down here, and I stuck a spoon in it, and the middle was like, there was like an air pocket, and it was just like garlic sitting in the air pocket, like no honey around it. I just got a weird feeling. Something said. So I did. And then, so I got this one. I used some of this when I wasn't feeling good. This is the ginger. This one's more of a syrup. Kind of a syrupy type. And I heard that I could, if I wanted to, I could drain the honey from the ginger and then make crystallized ginger. But I just leave it in there because I like to chew on. I like to chew on little pieces of ginger. Let's see that. I don't know. Honey kind of has anybody ever noticed that honey kind of slightly has like a stinky sock smell? This one, it went. See, those kind of things fucking scare me because I hear about, like, I'm learning about canning and all this stuff, and people are talking about botulism. And I don't know what it is yet because I haven't researched it, but I know it ain't good. So, I still was spooked. I don't know, man. But couldn't. See, when I research stuff, I have to like listen to or look at or read like the same thing over and over again because it takes a while for my brain to like catch it. Like if it's not about an animal or death or plants, I don't catch it. So I have to like, but which it should be something I catch because it's, you know, but I'm not catching it. So I don't know. It's spooky. Like, I really should research what botulism is. Let's see. Doesn't taste bad, but I'm so weird that I wanna research if it should go when I open it, because I don't know if I trust that or not. I ain't fucking around. Now I'm all nervous because I tasted it. Well, that's it. Yeah, I got really sick. Like, I got the flu so freaking bad for like almost 2 weeks. And that's what I get for being out here on YouTube with my ass being like, oh, I never get sick. I got sick for like 2 weeks. I was like, I had the shivers, and then I'd be hot, and I'd be cold, and I'd be hot. Headaches and cough. I'm like, have a cough, but it's like a cough that's not going away. I have some echinacea cough drops, but it's only like when I breathe in cold air, I cough like a little bit. But yeah, it's like my nose is all filled up with stuff. It was horrible. It was horrible. But I feel better now. So that's good. And I'll have to make a video about that place I was taking the dogs to, because I got some things to say. We'll talk about that in another video. I don't know. It is what it is. But like I've been collecting. Now I have a free, unlimited supply of hair from my garden. Every time I brush Thor, and I know I'm about to get him a Furminator, because I know that in the next 2 months this guy's supposed to be shedding a lot. And when Lavender was alive, she would shed, and I would take her outside and brush her, and I would be like in the parking lot of Walmart brushing my cat, and like literally just like a cloud of hair just surrounding me. It was crazy, and I can imagine that he is like 5 Lavenders. So that's gonna be interesting. So I hope you enjoyed my honey video, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, and toodaloo.